On August 17, 1941, a World War II soldier whose name was not found wrote a letter to his beloved Evelyn. There is a sentence from that letter that said, "Guess they thought this life was doing me so much good that I should take the whole 2.5 years of it." When he is talking about getting discharged and they would not sign his paper, he was trying to stay positive, but was saying that he was still going to go home to Iowa anyways for 15 days. He was also talking about some fellows that they got to go home and how much they were enjoying their time while he was still stuck at camp. He was very envious and couldn't understand why they wouldn't let him go. When I read this sentence, I can see him being understanding towards the guard, maybe because that the guard thinks that he is such a good soldier and want him to stay at camp. But at the same time, the guard knows that he really doesn't want to be there, so it makes him really upset that he doesn't get to leave to go home. At the beginning of the letter, he starts to set the scene by telling us we were the first outfit to get back in camp from monsoons. We didn't see a whole lot of action during the last phase as we just took over the town of Alexander and held it until the finish. Had a few times when it was sort of rugged, a few times when it just about floated our tents away. Plenty of smokes, chuggins, and practically all kinds of vices. The first thing that sticks out to me is monsoons, which means they're either in West Africa, Asia, or Australia. Next is when he says that they took over the town of Alexander. It implies that the town of Alexander was a small town filled with poverty. The soldiers seem to be in towns and countries that are deprived of necessities such as maybe shelter or proper nutrition. He also talks about in the next page about the weather they are experiencing. Been rainy and dreary the past couple of days. Gets plenty chilly before morning in these tents here in camp. We've had the gas heater going a couple of times, and it didn't feel bad. This camp is equipped with gas, and they have a stove in the back tent. If the situation he was already in wasn't bad enough, the weather isn't making it any better. It seems to be dark, which dampens the mood of many soldiers. He talks about the gas heater as a luxury when we think of it as a common household. He mentions in the next paragraph, been a lot of construction going on here this fall. They're building onto the south end and a couple of new outlets all occupying them. Built a recreation hall for cash, company, and a church. Before there wasn't a blade of grass in camp, but we came back and done a lot of sodding, and it looks new. I don't enjoy it any better though. So it does seem like there is improvement in the town where he is at. He mentions all of the improvements and construction they are working on, but at the end of the day, he says that he doesn't like it any better than he did before. It speaks out to me in such a way that he is saying that it's nice that they are building the town, but it doesn't change how he feels towards being there. It doesn't make him feel any better about being there or helping out anyone when maybe he is the one who needs help, but no one is helping him.